Hi, welcome to Turn-Based Besties Gobble Gobble, a podcast where two grown adults with no free time talk about their favorite RPGs. I'm DJ.
And I'm Sam, and was not expecting that. And we are besties that love to game.
Yeah, and if you're listening to this, that means you survived Thanksgiving, I guess.
They did it.
Or maybe
But
you
did
survived Black Friday, I don't know.
but did we survive it? We don't even know because
I
we're
don't know.
recording this in the past.
In the past, yeah, we're recording this before Thanksgiving, so maybe we all died. I don't know.
There you go. These are harrowing, positive thoughts to start the show.
Well, it's a product of the times we live in. Anyway, how have you been?
Well, on maybe a lighter note, good, good. So as you said, the
Great.
time of year, basically once October's over, once Halloween's over, for a lot of folks, it becomes Christmas holiday time. And when you have three kids, then there's a huge focus on toys and presents and all of that jazz. So, yeah, all that jazz. So we're trying to figure out for Jay what he wants, and he is all over the place, just all over the place.
What do you mean?
Well, so he does taekwondo now, and so I was like, "Hey Jay, maybe you want like a martial arts, figurine or some sort of martial arts something." And then his older sister just really doesn't help out. She'll chime in and she'll be like, "Oh yeah, because you could get like a robot ninja that's like this big." And I'm just like, "Okay, we're getting really specific and also very difficult to find."
Super niche.
Yeah, super niche. And then she just off the wall, off the cuff added, or you could get like a banana. This is true. She goes, or like a banana that talks.
Yeah. I mean,
And
you
I'm,
could get talking fruit.
and I'm just like, my jaw's just on the ground. I'm like, how? And he's nodding along. He's like, these are great ideas. Yeah, mom and dad, write all this down. This is what I want. And so anyway, I don't know. If you find a banana that talks, I guess we need one of those.
Okay. Well, I'll look for one on Black Friday, which is today when this episode is released. So I'll look
It
for
is
a
now
talking
today.
banana just for you.
Okay, so I hope you found that.
Yeah.
We tried to focus Jay in a little bit, and we were like, okay. So I remember liking this as a child. You would look through the toy magazines and the, Toys R Us and Best Buy magazines that they would send, and then you would circle the stuff you want or star it or whatever. That was fun. We're like, yeah, that will focus Jay. He will be like, we'll have him look through, and we'll have him pick a couple items, and then we'll have a good idea. We'll make I think Taylor even wanted them to make like a storyboard of what they wanted.
Yeah.
And he didn't listen to what we said. He just started circling literally 80 or 90% of what was in the magazine.
So similar to your wife, my dear friend, who when she sits down at a restaurant, she's like, I want actually 80% of the things that are here.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. No editing at all. Just
No.
everything.
Apple did not actually fall from that tree at all. Still connected.
So wish us luck. We have no idea. We have ideas, but we'll see. Wish us luck for how he responds on Christmas Day, I guess, is what I should say.
Is this going to be his first Christmas where he's kind of more aware of what's going on?
Potentially, that's probably pretty true. As far as remembers it, was aware probably last year, but we'll see how much he remembers going forward.
Yeah.
Anyway, what's up with you?
Not a lot. Break is so close right now. For those of us who work non-traditional jobs, I do get a holiday-ish break even for Thanksgiving. I get Wednesday, Thursday, Friday off, which is kind
fun.
of. I mean, I set my own schedule, right? So I was like, well, I'm going to take my own 3-day weekend, or
Yeah.
make it a 5-day weekend really instead. So that is coming up real soon. I just did a lot of monitoring of recordings for a lot of my high schoolers who are applying for undergrad in music. So like literally
Oh.
the last week has just been just like sitting and listening to them record, and then they ask for feedback, and I'll offer some feedback, and then they'll record again, and they're awesome and responsible. But I'm also like, okay, and I'm gonna spend an extra hour here that I didn't really anticipate, and I'm going to spend an extra 2 hours on this other end of the day. Like, I got to Seattle Opera to help them record at 8 a.m. the other day. that's a silly time to record. Then had rehearsal, and then at the end, bookended it with another hour for someone else to record.
Oh my gosh. And those are long days for you because you go into the evenings kind of to, for lessons and recording and other parts of your work. So
Yeah.
starting that early sounds like a long day.
It's a long day. I don't do it very often, like really like 2 or 3 times a year. So I can, don't feel bad for me. I can suck it up and do it. But still, it kind of sucks.
Well, it's so nice of you to do that for your students, and they all, I'm sure, love you.
Well, I hope so. Maybe. Well, I actually don't care if they love me or not. But that's not why I teach them. I don't teach them to love me. I teach them to be better musicians and humans.
There you
So
go. And well, did they sound good?
They did. They all sound great. Yeah.
Well, good. Then you did it. You succeeded. But anyway, what are we going to succeed at today in discussing?
Ooh, well, I guess, speaking of music, today is a fun. I was thinking that we could do another similar episode like this, like the history of video game music.
Ooh,
That would be
we should
kind
do
of
that.
a nerdy one to do at some point. But today, Sam and I are just giving you our top three each of some of our favorite video game soundtracks. At least today, this list might change, or we might have a round 2 of this in the future.
Yeah, and this was a fun one. I'm kind of surprised we didn't do it before, and I'm kind of surprised. I think we could make this list again in a year, and I would just have a different 2 or 3 potentially. Like I like so many of them because when I was doing a lot of the kind of honorable mentions or whatever else,
Yeah.
it felt like, oh yeah, that one could have been top 3. So there's just 3 that I think stood out when I was thinking about it, and so
Oh,
that's what
totally.
that's what we'll chat about.
Totally same, yeah. The 3 that I have today could all 3 change in a month.
And RPG focus, we will say. RPG soundtrack focus, because that's what we mostly play.
Yeah. That's true. Even though I think you and I are also just going to give some shout outs to our non-RPG favorite soundtracks also.
For sure, as part of kind of the honorable mention section.
Yeah. So let's get
But-
started, my friend.
Well, I'll start with a recent one I played that kind of is a little bit off the wall maybe, but Steam World Heist 2.
Oh,
Okay.
I think I bought this because you told me about it. You really enjoyed it, right?
I really enjoyed it. So it is a tactical RPG,
Yeah.
but it's a side perspective. So it's almost like a, side scroller perspective, 2D.
cool.
So the first Steam World Heist and then the second one are the only ones of those that I've seen. Surely there's something else out in there in that genre, but anyway, and so it's in the Steam World, world of steam powered robots and goofy humor and whatever else, which I like all those games in that series. But interestingly, with the music, it was composed by a group called Steam Powered Giraffe that also did the Steam World Heist 1. They are self-described as a, quote, musical act that combines robot pantomime, puppetry, ballet, comedy, projections, and music to do improvisational comedy, and they literally perform as like a steampunk robot musicians from the like 1890s or something. So they have like this on stage persona, almost like gorillas or something, I guess,
Yeah.
And they perform like that, and it's
What?
awesome. Yeah, I know. So I think I confused us already at the beginning of this episode, but
Maybe.
but that's okay. And so they do it. They have the entire. It's like almost like an album. Like the score for this is almost like an album of theirs that is very, I would say, vocal forward with a lot of harmonies, which is
Oh,
very
okay.
beautiful.
Cool.
It's guitar driven tracks, like musical numbers, and then like a folksy kind of flair to it. So just like most of the Steam. Steam World games are kind of steampunky.
Yeah.
This has a folksy country type flair to it.
Okay, cool. Oh, you know what, Sam? I bought Steam World Quest, but I'll buy this one too. Why not?
That is the one you bought. That's exactly right. So, and because that one is actually the turn-based RPG that's also a deck builder. That was yeah.
Oh wait.
So
cool. Wait, this one's an RP. This one's a turn-based one.
this is a tactical RPG.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. So this one's more of a tactical RPG. And let me see here. My monitor went out, and so I am shifting.
Uh-oh.
It's okay.
Oh, no.
It's fine. We'll survive. But yeah. So it's interesting. It's almost like they literally played the game or talked to the developers or something, and then
Yeah,
wrote all these songs like referencing things in the game. And
that's
there's all
cool.
these puns and innuendo kind of about steampunk world. There's heartfelt ballads. There's more like driving battle tracks. Yeah, they like knew the game, and then they wrote these ballads about it. And so the game is steampunk, but then you're also pirates almost in this one. So you're traveling the seas, so it also has some kind of piratey themes. And then there's even off the wall goofy ones about like one track called New Hat, where there's a weird thing in steampunk games
Yeah.
where the hats are like a big deal. They're almost completely cosmetic, but your robots will find different hats and you can deck them out with their hats. Like that's the cosmetic. And so
Uh-huh.
they do a whole song about you're getting a new hat.
That cute. What?
Yeah, so it is the weirdest, strangest thing, but I found myself just playing this album on repeat over and over in the last year when I played this game.
Oh.
And actually, we should probably I might actually do an episode on that one because I love the game.
Oh
So
my gosh. Okay.
we
How
could do
long?
it. But
How
anyway,
long is it?
I probably spent 20 or 30 hours on it.
Cool. Okay, I'll give it a look.
Yeah, you should give it a look. But anyway, so that would be my first one, kind of a strange one to start. But where would you go with number 3, DJ?
Yeah. Well, mine is, I guess, a little off the beaten path here. Though you and I both played this game, and we had the creator of the game on at the beginning of this past year.
Yeah, we
I'm
did.
gonna talk about the music from Beyond Galaxyland, our buddy Sam Enright. So this music, I think you can agree, it's such a bop, man. For the music alone, I would replay the game, and I kind of just want to find a week during like the Christmas holiday just to sit down and be like, all right, let's speed through this again just so I can listen to the music.
Yeah,
This
totally.
is fantastic. There's this like undeniable science fiction sound, which I think is highlighted by the synth and the electronic instrumentation that Sam Enright uses. It helps gives it that like futury, spacey vibe. There you are. You're
Yeah.
back. Yeah.
I am here.
Though he also has this really cool hip hop element, which to someone who hasn't played the game, that might sound weird or like it doesn't fit, but I think it fits like beautifully into the game. That kind of highlights like the modern, postmodern future setting of the game itself. The music in BG is incredibly atmospheric, and because Sam is the creator of the game and the music, I think that makes total sense.
Oh yeah, and that's still something that just stands out and is so impressive to do all of that.
Right?
Not only is impressive, but also makes it so much more cohesive. Just like in what I described in the last game, it felt like they wrote the album and knew a lot about the game.
Yeah.
Well, guess what? If you created the game, you know a lot about the game.
You know a
can make
lot.
you can make the music fit the mood, fit the scene.
Yeah, and he totally did. In some ways, the music is kind of like its own character because there are all
Yeah.
these like really recognizable themes. But the thing I like about Beyond Galaxy like soundtrack, and I think some people complained about this, but I actually kind of like it, that a lot of the tracks are maybe just 1 to 2 minutes. Some of them are a little bit longer for sure, but some of them are only like 1 to 2 minutes with I think an intentional loop, like loop back to the beginning. Very much like almost foreshadowing with the story in some ways, looping back to the beginning. Ho 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 ho.
Oh,
I
good point.
know.
Oh, there you go. I didn't even think about that.
Right. So I think Sam probably had. I say Sam like he's like our best friend or something. We've met him once, but I think that he probably intentionally did that. Had these looping themes just to kind of speak to the end of the game, which then references parts of the beginning. Yes.
No, I was gonna say, didn't when we chatted with him, I would have to go back and listen to our interview, which was so much fun to do.
Yeah.
I want to say he almost said that doing the game was almost a way to get his music out there because
Yeah.
he almost saw himself more as a musician first, and so it was almost like I wanted to also do a game so that I could make a soundtrack for a game, which is so interesting.
That's the not too dissimilar to isn't the movie Garden State, wasn't the soundtrack picked first and then the movie was kind of created around
Oh, I
the
don't know by
soundtrack?
Zach Braff. I know Zach Braff had thought about the songs a long time, I believe, but I didn't
Yeah.
know it was picked first. But
I-
that's That's hilarious.
I wouldn't find that to be like the craziest way, the
No,
craziest like creative outlet or way to create something.
it's a top
Basically,
tier movie soundtrack,
I
but
mean,
yeah.
it really is. You know, I if Sam is listening to this, release a vinyl of Beyond Galaxy. I will throw money at you. I will
Oh
throw
yeah.
so much money at
Oh
it.
yeah. Do
Just
that.
get it.
Now that you're a big vinyl collector for RPGs.
Oh heck yeah, I am. We'll talk about that at the end.
There we go.
Yeah, yeah,
Well, that's awesome. I think that's a great shout out, and I think that's a great one to mention because it's totally on my honorable mentions as well.
for sure, for sure. What's the next one for you?
Well, next for me is Persona 3 Reload that we played just last year. Now, I guess it's been a while at the moment, but what a great Persona game and just the music in Persona games. I mean,
Yeah.
they're top tier. So this one I will be shouting out, and maybe we'll be discussing another one later on
Oh,
in these very lengthy lists here.
maybe.
Um, but anyway, so yeah, amazing music composed by Shoji Meguro, who apparently I think did like most all the Persona games.
I think so.
And then this one, however, though, if you look up the composer, it also mentions Atsushi Kitajo, who I think just rearranged it all and added a few new tracks.
Mm-hmm.
So, and shout out to a couple of the performers on it because Lotus Juice
Hell yeah.
is the rapper who's on that. And then the primary singer is Azumi Takahashi. So, and apparently that was a new singer too. So there was a lot of revamping on this Reload redone edition that I played rather than the first Persona 3, but mostly still composed originally by the Shoji Meguro. So anyway, I would say that these tracks though are have a kind of more of a loungier feel, I felt, than Persona 5, which is more kind of the acid jazz, but a lounge music that the drummer kind of started feeling himself and picking up the beat, and then it turned into a dance party in the lounge. That's kind of how I was describing it. I was listening to it again over the last few days.
Yeah.
There's some synth jazz aspects to it too.
Sure.
Not too dissimilar from Persona 5. And then kind of probably the biggest difference is the rap aspect. So the Lotus Juice part. So you get more rap overtones, which is definitely not in hip hop, which is not something that is part of Persona 5, and that sets it apart. And then they'll fold in kind of big band brass behind those. And so it's just so many different genres that are melding together and just making this beautiful product that drives the action in the game and wants you to keep grinding and keep going, and it's kind of unforgettable.
It is, yeah. I like the Persona 3 is one of those games that I'm really glad that you and I played it. You know, it's I would absolutely like throw the soundtrack on again, you know, and like listen. I'd buy the vinyl for sure.
Yeah.
But it's so long, I don't know if I would play it again.
It's so long, exactly. But well, also, I mean, they're redoing Persona 4 now, right? So that'll probably be what we're playing like next year or whenever it comes out.
Probably will.
Yeah. Well, let us know about your number 2, DJ.
Yeah. So number 2 is a game I've mentioned before. In fact, I did a Convince Me episode on it.
That you did.
I did. You know, when I was coming up with a list of like soundtracks that I liked, I kept thinking like, wow, is this one really one that I like? And it kept coming into like the top 5 every single time I would like read
Okay.
it. Yeah, I mean the music is just so incredible and nostalgic for me.
Sure.
You know, like I remember being in 8th grade, getting this game, and it was my first Final Fantasy, and just like kind of being blown away by the cinematic presentation and how the music matched that. So if you haven't guessed what it is by now, it's Final Fantasy VIII. And so the composer is, you know, like the father of Final Fantasy music, Uematsu, known for I think all of the Final Fantasy games, if not all of them, definitely most of them, in addition to providing music for games like Chrono Trigger, Super Smash Brothers, Fairy Fencer F, a lot of
That's
a lot
top
of video
tier
games.
stuff there.
It is top tier music. So in this one, in Final Fantasy VIII, unlike other Final Fantasy games that Uematsu composed, especially like in 6 and a little bit of 7, Final Fantasy VIII, not every character has their own theme. Like not every character has their own leitmotif. So Uematsu considered it this is what I read on Wiki. It's reasonable to have a character theme if each character has a highlight in the game, but Aomatsu himself found that the Final Fantasy VIII focused more on Squall and Renoa. I'm not sure how we've ever said her name. The two main protagonists, which he then, that resulted in him writing Eyes on Me, which is a theme that has lyrics to it, and I can't remember if this is correct, but Final Fantasy VIII in the Final Fantasy series had one of the first themes that had like vocal music to it.
Okay.
Yeah, I think in Final Fantasy
okay.
VII there was definitely chanting. I think there was like Latin chanting in Final Fantasy VII for sure. Probably, I can't remember off the top of my head, but I know it was a big deal that there were a lot of choral and solo vocal tracks in Final Fantasy VIII.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. The soundtrack, in addition to Eyes on Me, which sounds like it belongs in a jazz bar. And where do you first hear it the first time? A jazzy bar. Yeah. The
Awesome.
soundtrack, it's so cool, man. The soundtrack.
So this is what you need to do. We do need to do the history of RPG music so that we can outline things like when did vocals start,
Right?
and when were these other changes, and what else were kind of the genre defining things that we see nowadays.
I'm gonna make a tangent in a minute and come back to that, but let me finish this Final Fantasy thing, and then
I'm gonna let you finish.
I will tangent that for sure. So Final Fantasy VIII soundtrack also has like this Latin track, Liberate Fatali, which basically translates into like the fated children. It's this. The melody has formed the musical themes heard in other songs, other pieces in the soundtrack, like the Seed soundtrack or Seed theme and the Landing theme. It's so cool how he interweaves all of the music in Final Fantasy VIII. And in a way, he treats the emotions and the emotional moments as characters, quote unquote characters. So emotional moments get the leitmotifs rather than just the specific characters. Which is
Okay.
just, yeah, it's just really cool. The music is, to me, it's far more cinematic than earlier Final Fantasies. Final Fantasy VII is pretty cinematic, I think, but 8, I think, bumped it up a little bit. There's a lot of tension-filled moments that are highlighted by the orchestral score, and then I think some incredibly lush and emotional moments. The music, I think, highlights the romance in Final Fantasy VIII, which is a pretty big theme. And a little side note here, when I was in 8th grade band, we played the theme to Balam Garden, which is the garden you start out in Final Fantasy VIII.
Didn't you say you played this in 8th grade?
Yeah,
So the same year you played it, you played this theme.
yeah, I had a band director who arranged
Big old
it.
nerd.
Big old nerd. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I played a song from Final Fantasy. I'm so cool.
Did any of the other band students know what you were playing?
Some of the nerds there did realize
cool.
what we were playing. Yeah. It wasn't like I wonder if the kids are going to realize we're playing Final Fantasy.
Well, that's fun. I mean, I wish I had played more Final Fantasy and soundtrack stuff in band growing up. It makes sense. It's a lot of great tracks.
Right? It was really cool. So, okay, back up to tangent about the history of video games.
Hit me with
just like 20 seconds here. So in my doctorate, those of you who are listening for the first time, I'm a musician. And in my doctorate, they wanted you to come up with 2 research areas that were not your dissertation. Mm-hmm. And one of my proposed research areas, which was axed for good reason, was video game music. I was going to do specifically video game music in the 90s. And they axed it because they're like, hey, in order to really write about this, you have to know a lot about the electronic side.
Oh.
Like, a lot about computers. And I was like, oh, that's actually not my area of expertise, so then I should not write about that. I shouldn't.
Good point. I mean, yeah, how many of them are all like MIDI tracks and whatever?
Yeah. And that totally, I mean, we say that and that's a big duh moment, but I didn't realize that was going to be like a big portion of the scholarship.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's another world out there where a portion of my like doctoral studies was on video game music, which is kind of silly.
That is silly, but also so neat.
Yeah, so neat. We are on to our bonus.
How many episodes can we bring that up?
I know, right? We're on to our honorable mentions. Sam, why don't you list some of these awesome honorable mentions?
I'll try to go quickly because it's all over the place.
Yeah.
But Donkey Kong Country come on, the underwater theme, like when you can swim around.
For sure, for sure.
That's too great.
This is your like non RPG.
This, oh yeah, sorry, yeah, non RPG. A couple ones to hit on there for an honorable mentions. Donkey Kong Country, definitely not, not really an RPG, but the underwater theme, great. Okay, Rayman Legends. This is a side scroller, like a platformer type game, right? They have a series of levels. This is kind of just a call out more than the score, but a
Yeah.
call out to some cool musical things. They have a series of levels that are side scrolling, like that are like on a track, and so it's like a it's constantly moving side scrolling level.
Yeah, yeah.
And they are set to classical music pieces, and you have to navigate the enemies and bounce off of different things and jump and hit through hoops to like the cymbals crashing and to the drum beats and to the music.
Very
So
cool.
it's beautifully timed, and it's just so much fun. So shout out to Rayman Legends. Celeste, a
Oh.
kind of difficult. Did you ever end up playing Celeste?
I beat it. Yeah, it's great.
Yeah. But the music is great too, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, Celeste, a kind of really intense platformer. You will, explode on the spikes while you're trying to traverse this mountain a million times. But it is, this is more that, electronic, MIDI, old school, type tracks
Yeah,
as
yeah,
far
yeah.
as musically.
Little
They're
chip tunes in a way.
chip tunes, yeah. They're haunting. They're sci-fi and kind of like a synth piano. I feel like the synth feel almost has a theremin feel to it.
Oh,
Yeah, exactly. You know it exactly right. And you feel for the character. So there's a lot of emotion and psychological aspects to this game. There's a
Yeah.
lot of like depression and whatever else, and so you definitely get that from the soundtrack. So you're feeling it. You're in the feels.
For sure, for sure.
And then the newer Doom games. I've played a few of the Doom games. You are just first person shooter killing demons, and it is like hardcore metal in the background, and it fits spot on.
Yeah.
So I mean, you are in hell fighting demons, or like on Mars fighting demons, and so you've got this just hardcore metal going, and it, as far as a soundtrack that fits the gameplay, it's spot on perfect.
Nice.
Yeah, and then a couple RPGs. So I am currently playing Bravely Default Flying Fairy.
Oh, yeah.
And music, great, chef's kiss. And one quick shout out here: there's a cool thing it does. So one of your moves that you get is a special. If you do a certain like attack a certain number of times, or use a number of items a certain number of times, there's different activation conditions. But then your special activates, and a song starts. And then you get a buff to your characters only during the duration of the song, though. So it's
Oh.
like turn-based, but you're wanting to go faster because you want to keep the buff, and it only lasts for the duration of the special song for your special. So I just thought that was a cool way to add in music to the
Yeah,
games.
that's cool.
And then
Oh.
lastly, I'll give a shout out to Claire.
Obviously.
I mean, it's literally up for best soundtrack, I think, this year, and it
Yeah.
is awesome, and it's up there. And like in the episode we talked about, the composer, I believe they just found on SoundCloud. They liked his stuff, and they said, "Hey, he's never done a soundtrack before. Do you want to compose for us?" And
That's
then
so crazy.
I know. And then he made this just amazing, mind-blowing soundtrack. It's lots of piano and strings, and then vocals in French, kind of classical singing. And then shout out to the Monaco song. This is my favorite one. So his theme, the character Monaco, is a cool jazzy saxophone track, and also with kind of an organ, a jazzy organ that's in there. Oh my gosh, it's so cool. And
Cool.
it's an interesting change of pace, I would say, from the piano and strings to this jazz organ and saxophone.
Nice.
Anyway, so it's amazing. But how about you? What you got for your honorable mentions?
I'm just gonna list a lot of them that I have, and also shout out to you, Sam, for getting me some
Please.
vinyl for my
Yeah.
40th birthday. So
This is all about me.
it's all about Sam. Yeah, exactly. So Sam got me the freaking vinyl to Phantasy Star 4. Do people who are listening to that realize how niche and how fucking cool that is?
And it looks cool too, and it sounds good.
And it looks cool and it sounds cool. So yeah. So here are some vinyls that I either own or I want to own, and so these are my honorable mentions. But any other day of the week, maybe they'll be in the top 3. I don't know. So these are the RPGs first. So Castlevania Symphony of the Night, hell yeah. Star Ocean: The Second Story, you all knew it was coming. Of
for
course,
sure, yeah.
right? Ikenfell has such a great soundtrack. Such an
Yeah.
like a random little indie game that never gets talked about enough. Obviously, Metaphor, one of the vinyls you
Oh
got me.
yeah, I. But I didn't think about it for this episode, even though I because it was several months ago when I ended up buying that, and so I wasn't thinking. Oh,
Yeah, I mean, Metaphor almost bumped into my top three.
and now I mean you have the collect. It's like the collector's edition one.
I know, you're so special to me. Thank you. The Persona 4 and Persona 3, though I think I like Persona 3 soundtrack a little bit better than Persona
Okay.
4, I will
Okay.
say. Chrono Trigger, Lunar Eternal Blue, the Dragon
That
Quest series.
that
sorry.
one. Sorry, I'm chiming in.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
when I was looking for vinyl to get you, the Lunar Eternal Blue one, I would have had to like sell a kidney. That's like a crazy collector's item out there. I believe that's like so hard to get.
Yeah, absolutely. No, I will sell my own kidney to find that one eventually. I do not expect you to do that one, but I appreciate you looking just the same.
I have two, so maybe I could do it.
We only need one, I guess.
I only need one.
Right? So, yeah, the Dragon Quest series, and for me, 11 specifically, Phantasy Star 4, Rhapsody,
You got this. You got this. You got this.
Rhapsody 2, Ballad of the Little Princess. It's
Nailed it.
quite literally an RPG that's also a musical. So, like,
Oh,
how could we not? I know I played it last year for the first time, and it's charming as hell. Last game I played in 2024.
cool.
Yeah, it's watercolor. It's I don't know if the game was ever released in English in the States, but it definitely had, it was released maybe 4 or 5 years ago. It's a PS1 game, super fun, maybe 20 hours, not very long.
Okay. I'm making a mental note.
Yeah, it's cute. It's cute. Then some non-RPGs that have awesome soundtracks. I love a scary, spoopy game. Y'all know this by now. The Silent Hill 1, 2, and 3, especially Silent Hill 2, I think it's got a rockin' soundtrack. The Resident Evil games, the first obscure game, because I think it has like the Paris Children's Choir or something singing on it.
wow.
Yeah, just I don't know. I like music and video games.
I was gonna say I'm glad. I thought I was naming too many, and then I'm glad you named half the games in existence, so I don't feel
Whatever.
as bad.
Whatever. It's whatever. I like it.
But okay, so for number one though, for me, okay, and people are probably sick of me talking about it, but my favorite
They got to know now.
is Octopath Traveler. Really one and two. There's a lot of overlap between the two,
Yeah.
but yeah, Octopath Traveler soundtrack's just amazing. So composer Yonsunori Nishiki and composed both Octopath scores. Also apparently did Kingdom Hearts 3, and then did the Final Fantasy 7 remake and Rebirth. I believe wasn't the only composer. There were multiple people, I believe, but
Yeah.
was part of that. So some other big titles. Just beautiful orchestral pieces, driving battle themes, mesmerizing atmospheric ones for when you're in these ice winter zones and when you're in caves and when you're battling special enemies, and just something for each set piece, each setting. And in my opinion, I just feel like it's peak JRPG orchestral arrangements, but I am biased.
No, it's fantastic. I will tell you, you're not biased. The soundtracks are fantastic.
It's so good. And I think every time, I haven't run that many Dungeons and Dragons games, but when I do, the battle scenes almost always have an Octopath Traveler fight battle composition in the background. So,
Right?
it's
I
good.
know.
It's
I
good.
know. You run a good campaign that way.
I know. But well, thank you. And Persona. Oh, sorry. Oh gosh, what's your favorite?
What's my favorite?
We did
Well,
foreshadow it,
it's
and I
true, we
just
did.
foreshadowed it again.
I don't, well, because I was like, I like Persona 4 and 3, and people are probably like, this idiot. Why doesn't he like number 5?
Well, yeah, and then I was this is just a regular LaCroix. There's nothing in this. And I just just blurted out and started reading the outline.
You're like, Persona. Oh, wait. Yeah, so so those of you who may not have guessed it by now, Persona 5 Royale is my number one soundtrack. Duh.
I mean, it had to be somewhere on this list. Come
It
on.
had to be somewhere on the. Even you, I know the game wasn't really your vibe. You still enjoyed the music.
Oh, it's amazing. I still listen to it. And we chatted about it, and we were like, well, I think I said, I believe this would be on both of our top threes, so let's just have one of us talk about it.
I know, right? I mean, it's so great. It's as you mentioned with Persona 3, it's a collaborative effort from Meguru and then Konishi, Kenichi, and a number of other awesome Japanese composers. This one had, I think this is the first time this vocalist popped up for Persona 5, was Lin Inaizumi. She's incredible. Like, I kind of want to, like, speaking about her now, I kind of just want to, like, listen to other stuff outside of Persona that she's done. It's just fantastic.
for sure.
It's fantastic, like, acid jazzy music. So the music, as we kind of mentioned a little bit before, is predominantly jazzy with some subgenres like acid jazz, jazz rock, which absolutely complements the game's visuals and the themes. Lots of fun, funk, and soul are in Persona 5 as well.
Yeah.
So, you know, some folks are like, what the hell is acid jazz? Originated in London in the 1980s, and it blends elements of jazz, funk, soul, and some hip hop. You know, so there. You know, I think the three modern
And some acid,
right? The three modern Persona games. I can't speak for the first two, but the three modern ones definitely have elements of rap and hip hop. I think 3 has the most. But there are some elements in 4 and 5, especially 5. The music is integrated into the gameplay. So, for example, the battle music changes depending on if you get a surprise attack, or if you do not get a surprise attack, or if you are the one who gets the surprise attack. The battle music changes.
Oh, I don't know if I played it enough to remember that from the. I put 15 or 20 hours into it.
Hey, that's plenty. That's a good attempt at it. Sometimes you just don't like a game. It's okay, whatever.
I could probably jump back in since I know the mechanics of Persona more after playing Reload. But anyway, keep telling us about it.
You know, my final story about this is, so I actually started Persona 5 right when we moved out to Seattle in 2017, and I got about 60 hours in. And to those of you who know, you know that's barely halfway through. and then my doctorate started, and I didn't have time to devote to video games. And then fast forward to the spring of 2020, when we are in the middle of COVID, and Persona 5 Royal comes out, I think on March 31st. I can't remember. So like 2 weeks after we have been shut down, we're all stuck inside. I am like editing and getting ready to defend my dissertation. And our dear friend Karen, like at this point, Max and I didn't have enough money to buy a video game. Like we didn't.
Oh, wow.
Like I know. Like we literally were like penny pinching for those couple of months. And Karen Venmo'd me $60 to buy Persona just because I was talking to her about it.
Aww.
So it was the sweetest thing. And shout out to Karen. And then, you know, since we were at home, not doing anything, when I wasn't editing and preparing my dissertation defense, I was playing Persona 5, and I beat Persona 5 Royal the night before my defense.
Ooh.
And I remember getting to the last dungeon and like getting to the staircase where the I Believe starts playing, and just like staring at the screen for like 3 or 4 minutes, just because I'm like, it looks so pretty. I'm slightly delirious from all the studying I've been doing.
It's a perfect moment and perfect music and everything.
It was
lining up.
It was perfect. And I also was like, man, I'm saying goodbye to some friends who got me through the first 6 weeks of the pandemic. Certainly this will be over soon. It wasn't. But the music definitely got
Narrator,
us through.
it was not over soon.
Yeah, it sure wasn't. But, you know, anyway, nostalgia is going to speak when it comes to Persona 5 Royal and the music in it. So even
that's beautiful.
Yeah, it'll always have a special place in my heart.
Oh, it's still on my rotation for songs that I listen to. Would you say though that acid jazz is kind of like the exact opposite of jazz that has a lot of bass in it? Sorry, that's a stupid joke.
No, that's not. Wait, it's a joke?
Yeah, where's the joke, DJ? Acids and basses.
What? Acids and... Oh my god!
The chemistry... Pretty good one, right? This is a dad times 3 right here.
Yeah, you're... So, anyway... So I'm looking... Anybody out there listening, I'm looking for a new podcast partner out there. So...
I couldn't resist. I'm sorry. But...
You should have.
Anyway, where do we go? How do we get back on the rails? Are there any more rails to be on?
The rails have they're broken at this point. We're raw dogging it. Sam, what are you playing right now?
Great question. I just finished Hades 2 earlier this week.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, I can jump back in and do some more kind of in-game stuff, I guess, if I want to. But I got the credits, and it was fantastic. And then I've been playing Bravely Default Flying Fairy. To everyone out there who's been listening, I've been saying I was going to play it all the time, and I'm actually like 8-10 hours in now.
Nice.
So, I know it's great. It's scratching the itch that I was hoping for, and I really liked the second one. So. Yeah, it's been awesome. So we'll do an episode on that at some point.
Yeah.
I was messaging Max a little bit this week, and so I want to give a shout out that at some point I will play Elden Ring, because apparently Max is playing Elden Ring right now.
That's right, my husband. Yeah.
Yeah, and I will be playing some Elden Ring at some point. However, the Switch 2 version is going to come out, I think, next year, and it's not supposed to be. Currently, it wasn't running great, but I'm hoping they optimize it. But if I play something handheld on Switch, I just can put so many more hours into it.
Sure.
So I might wait for Switch 2. We'll see.
Yeah.
Anyway, what are you up to in the gaming space?
I finished Trails in the Sky first chapter.
Oh, you finished it?
I finished it.
What was your total runtime? Do you know?
Oh,
I thought it was like 80 hours, the game.
No, mine was about 65, 68, I think.
Oh, wow.
I mean, it was pretty close.
Okay.
I mean, it was pretty close.
Okay.
I also, like you, I also sometimes I idle a little bit, or I'll be like, oh, let me go get the laundry. I'll just leave it running, kind of a thing.
Yeah.
Like the game.
Okay.
It was super super fun. I do not regret it one bit. Up there for my game of the year. One of my games.
Yeah.
Of the year, for sure.
Okay. So it lived up to the hype, you think?
I think so. I mean, and I didn't have nostalgia going into it, right?
Yeah.
It
Yeah,
makes
and you
me-
kept. I didn't hear. Wow, you must have really put some. I feel like I hadn't heard you say too much about it in the last couple of weeks, but you really must have been, digging in.
I've been putting the time in to it little by little, and I kind of enjoy that I could play it in some bite-sized manners every once in a while. Like I could
That's
play
nice.
an hour and it'd be okay if I turned it off
Yeah.
after that. Yeah, totally worth it. It makes me want to play the newer Trails,
Daybreak.
Yeah, Daybreak 1 and 2.
Through Daybreak. Yeah.
Yeah, I will. I might try those out over break.
I don't know what you want. I mean, you probably want to play it on PlayStation, I guess, right, or whatever. But
Yeah.
I think there is like a 20% off, 30% off sale right now. I think for the Switch version. Something like that,
Oh,
for
you know what?
Trails
I
through
might-
Daybreak 1.
I might
look it up.
I might get it when you're listening to this, folks. I might get it today on Black Friday because I'm sure there might be some sales like to order it.
There probably is. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Because you know
smart.
me.
That's
You know
smart.
me. If I can get a physical copy, I will.
I got you.
I'm silly that way. And I'm also playing Demon School right now.
That one looks so interesting. You have sent me so much about it, and except for the school part, I am sold.
Oh my gosh, the school part is not. It's not a part. It's not
It's
a part.
in the name.
It is not a.
It is called Demon School. That's like you saying, it's like me saying, yeah, but I don't know what I like about demons. I'm kind of scared of demons. And you're like, there's no demons. It's just called Demon School.
So many demons. So many demons. Just
There's
so
also
many.
school. It's in the name. I know it.
Nope, the schedule. There's no schedule you have to keep to. Like here, I'll give you a quick 30-second review here. Every day you start out, and
Like
it's
a book report on it.
Yeah, you can. Yeah, it's like every day you start out, it's like cool. Here are the locations you can go to if you want to, and here are things you can do at these locations. You can do them all. There's no time limit.
Okay, I do like that better than the time limit.
Yeah,
but
and
you're
there's no-
But
there's
you are
no-
lying to me if there's not a school in this game.
It's a college. I've taken one 30-second quiz in the 10 hours I've played.
Okay.
That's it.
Okay.
That's totally it. And there's like no hidden things either. Like there's not a guide needed. I guess unless you want to like optimize the battling, but also let's just restart the battle. Like
Cool.
No guide needed. Super fun. We'll obviously do a review over it at some point. Yeah, and when we do that review, you can catch our cool little Instagram posts at Turn Based Besties. Go
That's
follow
right.
us on Instagram. Sam, where can folks listen to Turn Based Besties?
Oh, so many places. Spotify.
Yeah.
Apple Music.
Yeah.
iHeartRadio.
Yeah.
YouTube Music.
Yeah.
Overcast.
All
other
those places. So many places.
And all of our socials. So we mentioned Instagram, but all of them. And
All
you
of
can
them.
email us
We only do Instagram, but all of them.
turnbasedbesties@gmail.com.
Hell yeah.
We have our subreddit.
Yeah.
And we have our YouTube channel. All these things. Please, 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 please sign up and engage.
Engage, because if you engage enough, we get to see Titty Topless Sam.
How many episodes have we chatted about that too? My mother, hey there, Mom, probably stopped listening to the end of the episode. Maybe just the beginning. She'll only do the kid part now.
I'll have to bring it into the beginning next time. Then we'll see. Oh my God. Well, we're gonna get to those more than triple digits. We're gonna get to 1,000 followers one day.
One day.
6 seasons and a movie.
There you
We're
go.
gonna get it. So what a great silly fun adventure we had today talking about music, Samuel.
Absolutely, friend. So, as we say every day on the pod, when everything in the world points right, maybe go left and see what you find. Because I'm Sam.
And I'm DJ, and this has been another episode of Turn-Based Besties. Gobble gobble, friends. Bye.
Bye. Good luck out there on Black Friday.
Woo!